Fire Island, the national barrier island located in the Great South Bay of Long Island, has a history that is as varied as the forests, marshes, bays, and beaches that surround it. Its first inhabitants were the Native Americans that hunted whale and seal and made wampum from the shells easily found there. They called the island Siwanok, which means Isle of Shells. The Dutch settlers and others that followed used the island for whaling, oyster gathering, and hunting. Since the turn of the century till today, the beaches of Fire Island have offered clean air and escape from the trials of city living. Through the years, the island survived overfishing, devastating storms, and a cholera scare, but the worst threat, by far, was the vision that Robert Moses imposed on this tiny barrier island.
Now the situation is more or less desperate.
Moses was a powerful developer in the New York area, holding numerous public offices for many years. After the storm of 1962, Nelson Rockefeller, governor, organized a task force called the Temporary State Commission of Protection and Preservation of the Atlantic Shorefront. He appointed Robert Moses as its secretary, who had always had a dream of a beachfront highway, a highway that would have cut through the fragile and secluded communities of Fire Island. The island residents came together to protest the State Commission, saying that the task force's plans would not protect the island, but would instead use up 60% of the island's total area for a roadbed. Where once few cars drove, soon droves of cars would inundate and spoil this quiet island's delicate environment. The group formed the Citizens Committee for a Fire Island National Seashore, FINS for short. Lyndon B. Johnson's Wilderness Act of 1964 led to his signing of the bill that created the Fire Island National Seashore. Together, they succeeded in turning back an era's passion for rampant roadway buildings, thus keeping Fire Island a pristine escape for city dwellers and a sanctuary for the plants and animals that inhabit it.
The two bills that I'm signing this morning are in the highest tradition of our heritage as conservators as well as users of America's bountiful natural endowments. This is a very happy and historic occasion for all who love the great American outdoors, and that, needless to say, includes me.